comes with me and my name.
There we go. I know what was happening.
Yeah.
Perfect. We're gonna do something strange. You guys want to do something weird?
Sure. What are we
Are
doing?
you ready, Shade?
What's up, ready?
Dun, dun, dun.
We're gonna pretend everything that just happened right now never happened. None of this ever happened.
Somebody figured it out, huh?
There was an audio issue, and now it's back up. Only on the YouTube. Anybody that's listening to the audio stream, there is no issue at all. It was a YouTube thing because YouTube sucks.
Okay.
So this is fun. This is real life, man. This is dope. So
Shit fucking happens, dude.
yeah, that's why we do it live. It makes it more fun. I don't know what that means, but anyway, here we are, Replicon Radio. We are live. Give it up for the homeboy Shade.
We're doing it
What's
again.
up? What's up?
Yeah.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Two scoops.
Start from scratch. So for anybody that wasn't that couldn't hear us during the YouTube stream, I'm not gonna make you talk all that shit again for real. But so your name is Shade, and you run with the crew Hekka, which is a collective of you. Who is all? Is it? It's like a crew. Is it like a label? How
Well, I can never talk about Hekka without talking about Deviant. If you guys know DHE, Deviant Horror Entertainment.
Oh, yeah.
we had Deviant on the show. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Deviant, they signed me to the label about 2 years ago when I first started this little rap shit. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't a rapper 2 years ago. I was just Shade, just a juggalo. And they got me under the rap shit. I met them, meeting people like Ouija. I met Shaggy. Just meeting people like that got me out of my shell, per se, and like got me onto the music shit. So after I fucked around with DHE, they gave me some knowledge. Like, I've always been known as Shade since I was a little kid. Like, my cousin, he draws. His name's Sketch. And I used to shade his sketch drawings, and I was Shade. So Shade's always been my fucking, my name. But Deviant started showing me things about Shade that I had no idea about. Like, Shade is actually this entity that inhabits humans and stuff like that, right? And through all of that Shade mythology came Hekka. I understood what Hekka meant. Hekka's like Egyptian mythical forces, magic, whatever the hell you want to call it. You feel me? And during the time that I was discovering all this Hekka, I met Callie Green and his girl, Sai, and we formed Hekka. We became Hekka. They understood everything that I was saying. They understood like the crazy shit that I was going through, because I was going through like some mental things. Deviant showed me a lot of shit about Shade that kind of made me go crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like some stuff that I really will sound like I'm crazy if I talk about it. But they understood me, where I was coming from. They loved the history and stuff like that of ancient Egypt, and we just hooked. And now we're on this Hekka movement, and it's been going good ever since then.
Hell yeah, man. That's some deep shit, man.
It is really deep, and like I said, I'll sound like an idiot if I try to talk about all of it. You know what I mean? But if you want to go look it up for yourself, look up Shade mythology, look up the meaning of Hekka. You'll understand where we come from and what we're doing, and we're gonna try to change a couple lives with some music. You know what I mean?
So this was a mythology that, I mean, this existed prior to you. Like this.
Oh yeah, Shade is Shade itself is this like entity, apparently, that inhabits humans, and one of the people that it inhabited was an ancient Egyptian sorcerer. And that's in my storyline as an artist. That's the last memories I have was as an Egyptian sorcerer.
So I have. So
Yeah.
this is the. I have this. I guess this. I don't know if this is the official. The official here bio. Throughout the course of history, there have been many who have been infected by the inhabitant known as Shade. For centuries, Shade has been feeding off the souls of mankind, infecting their every sense of sanity until Shade has gained full control of the human vessel. This, and then your story is the first of the inhabitant to become one with Shade and use your powers for good through the gift of Hekka.
Yep, and I'm just some little ghetto juggalo kid.
Little ghetto juggalo kid. That's
Yeah.
So let's go back, man. We let you know you listen to the show. You said so. So we like to go back. We like to get to know, I guess, before you were inhabited by this this shade or this Hekka spirit or entity or whatever it is, when you wore just a as you put it, ghetto juggalo or whatever. You grew up in San Antonio, right?
Yeah, man, Texas.
That's what's up.
Texas.
So, what kind of got you into music? Like, what was your first memories of music? Like, you know, what kind of first inspired? Just as a listener, as a fan, like, what kind of stuff did you grow up on, and like, how did that lead you into like getting? Obviously, you're a big juggalo. Getting into you know, into that. Like, how did it all kind of start for you musically?
So, I mean, the people that have listened to me before and like on other platforms and shit, like I was on CPN a couple months ago. I know you guys got your issues and stuff like that, but he likes you guys. He really likes you guys.
He had a comment for you earlier. I was going to save it, but CPN says you are a third-rate duelist with a fourth-rate deck.
Yeah, that's my boy, man. We're gonna chill real soon, me and him. I'm trying to plan something to get out to the D and chill. But what I was saying is, people that have listened to me before know that I come primarily from a juggalo family. Some of the first memories I have was me being scared of like a ringmaster poster. You feel me? Like, I don't know how true this is, but apparently some of the first music my ears heard was like Beverly Hillbillies. Beverly Hill, yeah, like shit like that. I've just like, this shit has literally been my life. Juggalo shit.
So your parents were juggalos?
No, my parents were not juggalos. My parents were very, I guess you'd call them squares. You feel me? Like, my parents were just like Catholic people. They really like were about God and stuff. They went to Catholic school. But I had cousins that lived with my parents, and those cousins were juggalos. So they were part of the, you know, when Jump Steady threw the dart.
Yeah.
When Jump Steady threw the dart in Dallas, some of my cousins were up in Dallas, you know what I mean? And they were part of those groups that got hit with the Riddle Box vans and fucking motherfuckers handing out flyers and CDs, you know? And, you know, they came back to San Antonio, and then I was born. And so I literally was just born right into juggalo shit. I didn't know anything else. Like, I don't know a lot of Biggie and Pac and, you know, all the old stuff, and like people talk about all that old hip hop, and I don't really know about all that. I just know juggalo shit.
That's dope. Born in
I mean, it's cool, but it kind of sucks, like, because right now I'm trying to learn all that. You feel me? Like, I'm trying to go back and listen to all the history that hip hop has to offer. Like, it's a lot to catch up on.
That's cool, though, and that's interesting, because that's like the opposite of everyone in the world.
Exactly.
You know,
yeah.
like,
The thing that I'm most envious about that every single juggalo has is they have that story where they got to have found ICP, and they found it, and it was like a life-changing moment, and they heard the music and it was beautiful. I don't have that shit. I don't know what the fuck that is. I never got that.
It sounds like your life was when you were scared of the ringmaster.
Yeah, dude, I really used to be scared of the ringmaster poster, man. I was like frightened of that shit when I was like 2 years old, you know?
As 3 years old. Be. Your cousins were terrible influences.
Oh yeah.
What are you doing to this poor child?
Yeah, man. Now they're cool, man. They're all older. They got their families, you know. Then they're doing the thing, like.
Well, I'm glad they have new children to terrorize.
Right?
Yes, exactly. And those kids are juggalos also. That's what's so beautiful about this shit. I'm pretty sure y'all know. You know what I mean? Like, generations. This shit like is deep.
It's crazy, man. It's dope.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. I love that, and it definitely it I don't know, it adds to your story a lot, especially with like the stuff you're putting out now, which we'll get to later. But that makes it even cooler, because you're basically like, there's not a lot of I don't think there's a lot of people that like grew up. I mean, I grew up a juggalo, but I didn't grow not like that, like not from like a birth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I discovered it on my own. I was
like 13.
Yeah, I was like 13, which, you know, in my life I was a child, but I wasn't a baby. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so that's super dope. So
but at the beginning of my story, I wasn't allowed to listen to juggalo music, because it was like from the ages like 2-3 years old to fucking 11 and 12. I wasn't allowed to listen to ICP because they didn't want me to turn out like my cousins. You feel me?
Your parents were
So I had to sneak ICP CDs. I used to sneak the fucking Shockumentary home. I used to fucking, you know what I mean, hide merch, go to school with that shit in my backpack. Like, that was me.
So it's not. I mean, it's not. You said you didn't have a moment. It sounds like you had a whole lot of moments.
Yeah.
I mean, no,
You know
but
what
it's
I mean?
always been there. You feel me? Like, I didn't have the what the fuck is this and put it on. Like, oh my god, this is amazing. Like, I always knew what ICP was. I always knew, you know, the Dark Carnival. But
That's dope, though.
you know,
So you
like
and you're I mean, you're pretty young, right?
I'm 24.
Okay, so yeah, you're still fairly young.
Just
so
a little
Yeah.
baby.
So I mean, but you grew up. So in the mythology of the Dark Carnival, if you will, you grew up learning the story instead of living the story.
Right.
Exactly. It kind of sucked because my cousins would go turn up, have fun, go to mini gatherings, the barbecues, go to the real gatherings, and I had to stay home and fucking jerk off. You know what I mean? Like, I fucking suck. You know what I
You were
mean?
doing the exact same thing, just in the privacy of your home.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. It sucked, man. I couldn't get the real Juggalo chemistry because I was so young. And now that I'm older, I'm getting it. But it's what sucks is it's getting. I'm not saying it's dying, but it's definitely not what it was when I was young. You feel me?
Right.
For sure.
It's definitely
Yeah.
changing for sure.
Yeah.
But that's still dope. Like that's. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's cool to live, but it's also that's a whole. You're getting a whole nother experience because you're learning. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's already happened. You didn't have to wait for the 6. You didn't have to wait. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you learn the mythology of ICP.
Oh, but I
as
do
though it's
remember when
history.
the 6 dropped. It was a big thing at the house. Like, I do remember when the 6 dropped, and I even remember when we got the DVD. You feel me?
We were what, 4 years old?
I was fucking 6.
What was that? 2004, right? Is that right?
Yeah, I was 6. No, 2002.
Oh, yeah.
I think the CD didn't come out till like 2003, some shit like
You
that.
were 6 years old. That's
6,
crazy.
7 years old.
I couldn't even imagine being a child and having that memory at home. Like that's.
Right.
I mean, I remember when the 6 came out too. I was a fucking adult. I was not
a
adult,
young
but
adult. We were
I was
teenagers.
driving.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I drove to the release party. We went to a release party
Yeah.
in a basement
Yeah.
of a fucking costume shop.
Yeah, and me, I was walking around with a house full of juggalos, walking around with my Yu-Gi-Oh! Dual Disc, like I was the shit. 6 years old, 7 years old.
That's crazy. So yeah, I mean that's man, I can't even imagine. Like you literally grew up Juggalo. So this is a huge part of your life, obviously. That's a good Crowley Green, Too Fresh. What so growing up not being able to
That's
go
damn good question.
to go to Juggalo things and not being allowed while your cousins are out. Once you were of age, what was the first Juggalo event you were able to attend?
Whichever one, it was like it was 2 years before Bang Pow Boom, because Bang Pow Boom was my second real Juggalo event that I went to and got smoked weed and had fun. But before that, my parents made sure that it was, you know what I mean? Like I didn't go out and do anything stupid and make sure I came back on time. So whichever one was before Bang Pow Boom.
Like just the tour, they came to town to your area.
Yeah, the tour, whatever tour was in my time, what it was. I think it might have been. No, it wasn't American Cycle. I don't remember what the fuck it was, to be honest with you.
Your parents took you and they held your hand.
Nah, man, that would have sucked. Nah, they just made sure that they dropped me off there, made sure I was with all my cousins, and then they were right there when the fucking show ended. You know what I mean? I didn't get to go to no after party or, you know what I mean? Like nothing like that. Like, but Bang
you were
Pow
able to
Boom
go
was
to the
my
show.
real first show by myself, and I went and I turned up and I got fucked up and I smoked and it was lit.
That's crazy. Hell yeah.
Man, I was already doing my little shenanigans by then.
Hell yeah. That's sick.
Yeah.
So I mean, so once you so now you're in it. You're submerged. You're able to go to the first show. You're getting old enough to where I don't know if your parents started trusting you more or you just started saying fuck you more or however that worked out. So you started going to, like, what was it like growing up? I can't even imagine, like, growing up with
I was introduced I like I said, the ICP shows they came later, but I was always able to go to like the mini gatherings and the barbecues and.
So you were getting the Juggalo
stuff
vibe.
like that.
You were hanging out with all the Juggalos. You just didn't get to.
Yeah,
shows.
yeah. I couldn't do any cool shit. You know what I mean? I couldn't have fun. Like I was young, and then once I started getting a little bit older, my parents started letting me smoke at home because they don't want me to go out and be stupid. So I'm just like smoking weed at home. I'm hanging out with my Juggalo homies, and then boom, it starts picking up, and then now I'm here. Had to go to the gathering because that's something I wanted to do my whole fucking life, of course. So had to go out and do that. And now it sucks because we're in fucking quarantine and all this bullshit, and I haven't had any Juggalo love in like a year.
You're getting all Juggalo love right now, man. Whoop whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, whoop whoop. But it's not the same. I can't even hug you motherfuckers. You feel me? Like what the fuck? Like it sucks.
So you're submerged in Juggalo life. You're growing up Juggalo. You're surrounded by Juggalos. It's normal life for you. It's not even strange like it is for a lot of people growing up. When was there like a moment? I know you mentioned like Deviant and stuff earlier, but were you like, man, I want to be a Juggalo rapper?
No. Like I was interested in like art growing up. Like I'm good at painting, oil painting and shit like that. I'm good. I went to an art school, and I was like really focused on becoming like some fucking big artist, like painting artist and shit. And I kind of got discouraged by that because somebody that I looked up to a lot and like thought the world of as an artist, I saw how they were living and how they weren't making it like I thought they would have. You feel me?
They were legit
and I couldn't, and it hurt me. I'm like, how the fuck am I gonna be something when my fucking hero ain't even shit? And like I saw that there's not a lot of money in it, and then like I kind of just fell off of that, and then I wasn't listening to Juggalo shit like 2015, 16. Well, Mighty Death Pop had came out, I think, and it's not ICP's best work. You feel me? I was just like whatever. I'm listening to podcasts. I started listening to Joe Rogan, and then all of a sudden, Light gets signed. I see this dude named Light get signed. I'm like, who the hell is this? And I started looking at him, and I'm like, yo, this is dope. And I started getting back into the groove, and then when Ouija got signed, it was game over. I was completely back in full, like 100%. Like that shit hyped me up.
That's so wild, man. That's it's fresh. It's just so. God,
like this
so
is my life.
Than anyone I've ever talked to.
Well, this is like a second generation.
I know,
Juggalo.
it's so
like
cool.
we've never really had a chance to talk to somebody that has been raised into it rather than finding it. Yeah. This is
like Young Wicked's like the closest.
Yeah, it's like a total different perspective.
Yeah, that's so.
What did AMB ever? But AMB did they completely grow up off of Juggalo shit? I don't remember.
Like pretty
like completely
pretty young. Like they were like 11, 12. Probably. I mean, they were like little kids getting into it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, they were signed. I mean, that first.
I was a big ass fucking bro. When AMB when they won that contest.
Yeah.
Damn.
I remember when AMB won the contest, and I fucking got my hands on that fucking DVD, and they came with those 3 mini songs or whatever the fuck, those 3 mini videos.
Yeah.
That shit was, I loved AMB when that shit was happening.
Hell yeah. That's the shit. Hell yeah. That's crazy. So that's so weird. You had like a Juggalo falling out and then got back into it with Light and Ouija.
It was just those 2 years. Like I had a kid. You feel me? Like I was young, being stupid. Like I just had to like get straight. I kind of got straight after living my days being a reckless, dumbass Juggalo. Like I mean a dumbass. Like I did stupid shit. After being that dumbass kid, I had to gather myself. You know what I mean? And then boom, when Ouija got signed, I just jumped full back into a Juggalo, but as an adult. It was 2017, I think. I was already like 19 or 20.
Hell yeah.
I was like 20. Yeah.
So then what? You go to the gathering. You end up when you end up meeting up with Deviant. You actually 2018, 2019. You became a part of DHE. Like how do you go from like growing up Juggalo to not really being a juggalo to jumping back into juggalo, but still not being a rapper, to all of a sudden you have a deal on a independent juggalo label as a rapper, even though you didn't rap the week prior. Like, how did how did this whole thing kind of go down?
So let's see. So like, yeah, you know, I was just doing my thing. ICP came out with that Bang Pop Boom was lit, and then Mighty Death Pop was kind of just like not my shit. Like, I don't know, like I wasn't feeling it. So for those little years, I was just whatever. But when I came back, I was an adult. I had money. Like, I had the job and shit. Like, I had cash to spend. And I'm like, oh, fuck, now I could do all that shit that I couldn't do as a kid. I could finally turn up with juggalos. I could finally go out and, like, be myself. Because I'm only myself when I go to shows, when I go to barbecues, when I go to, you know, when I'm kicking it with the fam. That's the only time I could be myself. I'm loud. You feel me? I'm super loud. You know those loud juggalos. I'm the fucking chant starter. You feel me? Like, that's me. I'm the one that shows up to the local ICP shows with the big ass styrofoam chests full of Faygo and hands them out to the crowd. Like, that's me. I'm loud. And I was like, you know, I could finally do this on the scale that I've always wanted to. So first thing I did was, you know, as soon as I came back in the game, I had to go to the gathering. Like, I was like, I have to go, you know. I was trying to go to the march, but ironically, I got arrested 3 days before my flight. And there I am, literally getting my fucking juggalo tattoos pictured, like getting my pictures taken, my Hatchet Man getting, you know, its picture taken. They're taking pictures of all my tattoos, and I'm literally supposed to go to the march where I'm fighting for that shit. You feel me? It sucked.
That's wild.
Yeah, I got caught up with just weed, bro. It was just weed. Like, it wasn't even anything like crazy. I just got caught with a bunch of weed, and they're over there.
Well, gang members should
literally, yeah, I'm literally getting initiated. I'm getting typed into the gang system while I'm supposed to be over there fucking protesting against the gang system.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and that shit fucking hurt really bad. So I had to bounce back from that, and then I went to the gathering, and, you know, that's where I met Deviant. I had already seen them online doing their shit. You know, I was like, man, when I saw them, I was like, man, there's really juggalos out here just grinding and doing the damn thing. And so when I met them at the gathering, that's all it took was for me to meet them, and they're like, you could do this too, you know? Like, why don't you rap? When I went to the gathering the first time, everybody was asking me where my mixtape was, where my album was, or where's this, and I was like, I don't rap. I don't do this shit. Like, I didn't. I was just a juggalo. I just painted my face, like, with the lines. Like, and people started asking me, yo, where's your mixtape at? Where's your album? Where's this? Where's this? I was like, I don't do that shit. That's not me. But they ended up just, they brought it out of me. The juggalos brought it out of me.
That's crazy.
So that's where Shade came from. Just started rapping. I was doing shit on my phone, like little freestyles. And then I found a studio, and then boom, boom, met some people, boom, boom. Now I'm doing videos and got to work with some of my fucking, I never in my life thought I would have a song with Dark Half. And I got a fucking song with Dark Half. I had been listening to them since since I heard them with Boondocks on that My Psychosis shit, you know?
Hell yeah.
Like, that shit was, that's insane. Now I'm like really doing stuff, and it's kind of a trip. It's like, whoa, kind of happening a little fast.
That's sick, man. Hell yeah. So you guys had, I can only like, I feel like this gathering that you attended and you met Deviant and
Whoopstock
transcended fucking juggalo time, and all of a sudden came out the other end as a rapper. It was like some sort of, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even do drugs, but I'm just envisioning some sort of like crazy trip.
Oh,
like you went to.
Oh, it was Whoopstock, bro. You know, I was tripping. I had the most profound shroom trip I've ever had. Like, I took way more than I've ever taken. Like, and came out of it a different person. Literally came out of it Shade. Like,
you just ate the most acid I've ever seen anybody eat in my life.
Exactly, bro. I came out of it different. It was Whoopstock.
Came out a fucking rapper. A soul eating entity, if you will.
Exactly, dude. I didn't plan none of this shit.
So I'm trying to. So even the drugs and alternate dimensions and epiphanies and whatever else. You don't just go from one day I don't rap to the next day. Here's my grew up in the wicked shit mixtape dropping just a few months after the gathering after I had this epiphany. Like how like what
See,
happened there? Like did you like I don't, you know what I mean? Like
me growing up, I would find juggalos, some of them my age. When I finally got to high school, I started meeting other juggalos like that were my age, and I was like, holy shit. And we had a little clique and a crew, and when we're hanging out, everybody seems to be a rapper but me. They'd always ask me, Shade rap, and I'd be like, nah man, like I don't do that. Shade rap, Shade freestyle with us. I'm like, nah man, I don't do that. I felt what do you call it? I was just unconfident. I wasn't confident in myself at all for anything, you know. It took me going to the gathering and being able to completely let go and become Shade to become Shade. You feel me? Like I didn't know what a whole week of being myself could do to my confidence. So when I left the gathering, I left with so much confidence you have no idea, and that's what made Shade, like the swag, the confidence to just not give a fuck, you know? Like I soaked in all the juggalo energy that I've been wanting my whole life, and I just exploded it, and it came out as like artistry, like Shade.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I was never there, and it's crazy because all of the homies that I have were friends that used to be, you know, quote unquote rappers. They ain't doing shit now, and I'm the one that didn't rap. I'm the one doing shit now. You know, it's weird.
That's what's up, though, man. So
alternate universe.
So you ended up, I guess, I don't know, were you like officially on a deal with the guy with the Deviant, and then you put out that mixtape I just mentioned, Grew Up in the Wicked Shit. That was your first official release, right? That was May 2019. That's how current we are here.
Yeah, it was right up around my birthday. Yeah.
So what?
I started really rapping January 2019.
So what was that like? You know, all your life, like you said, not being a rapper, but being into the juggalo shit, finding this newfound confidence and this new, you know, all this stuff with Shade and everything going on, like to go and record, like you're actually recording, not only recording, but you're releasing the first mixtape. Like what was that first initial process like for you? Like how?
Bro, it was scary as fuck. You know what I mean? Because I never done this before. Like if you listen to Group in the Wicked Shit, it sounds like what it is. It's my first shit. Like it sounds like a mixtape, like an actual mixtape. Like I'm just on there like trying out what I got. Of course, I listen to a lot of Ouija, so it sounds very like much like Ouija. Some of it doesn't, but it's just my first shit. It was me trying to just jump on a mic and just let the wicked shit flow out of me, and it did. Kind of came up like people like it. People really fuck with it. Some people that fuck with me only fuck with that, you know.
So May,
they don't even know my other shit.
That comes out 2 months later. You go back to the gathering of the Juggalos and perform for the first time.
Yeah, man. That was awesome.
What was that like?
It was my second performance. My first performance I did here in my hometown, and it ended with about 80 to 100 people screaming, "Shade, Shade, Shade." And that, you know, was, you know, I thought nothing could top that. And then I went to the gathering, and it was just the love, bro. The amount of love. Because this time I went to the gathering and I'm a rapper now. You know, like people knew me before just because I was an online personality. When Chuck and fucking CPN started fighting, that's when I jumped into the online game, and I started, having a voice, like making my opinions and shit. And so when I went to the gathering the first time, I had the lines on my face that I was still Shade, but I wasn't a rapper. But everybody was like, "Yo, you should be a rapper. You should be a rapper." The next time I showed up to the gathering, I was a rapper. I had already had music videos out. I had already worked with people. And so now I get like a little bit of like Jugga fame. You feel me? And it was dope. Like, I loved it. It was awesome. Except for when I had to take a shit or something, you know, and they were like trying to stop me for a picture. I'm like, yo, hold up. Like, I'm just trying to get some pizza or something. Like, hold up. I'm gonna miss supervillains. I miss supervillains because I ended up just kicking it with some people that fuck with my music, you know?
That's fresh, though. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I miss supervillains. Like, it sucked, but...
Next time there's a gathering, guys, we're going as rappers.
Yeah.
Rue, you down?
Let's go.
We're going as rappers next time. I'm pumped. We're going to be rappers.
Yeah, dude, do it. Y'all get the most love.
He's not even lying either.
It's crazy. Like, I would just like walk around and just everybody just giving me free shit, just being just it's just awesome, you know. Only people that aren't part of this world and probably listening to this right now won't understand, but you guys know fully what the fuck I'm talking about. It's so special, and I hate that things are happening to where we can't do this stuff no more. You know, like,
we'll be back. It'll be back.
Horrible.
It ain't coming back.
So, it literally hurts my fucking soul. You feel me?
I feel you, brother. I feel you. But we'll be back. It'll be back. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna die. They say the wicked clowns will never die, but for real, the juggalos will never die.
We won't. And I'm like, I'm not saying I'm living proof, but maybe my little cousin, you know, my older cousin's son, maybe he's living proof. He's a fucking juggalo. He's younger than me. He's young, and he knows all the words of all 6 Joker's cards, bro. Mm-hmm. And he's fucking like 12 years old, 13. And like, isn't that insane?
It's generational, like, man. It's wild, man.
It's insane, dude. It's so awesome to think about. We have our own thing, and it probably will never die.
For sure. So going back to this is fucking crazy to me, okay? So everybody listening, just make sure you're understanding what's going on. He went to the gathering. He was not a rapper. He came back 1 year later, 2 months after his debut mixtape, his second performance ever in his life as an artist was at the gathering of the Juggalos. He basically traveled back to the homeland for his second ever performance just 2 months after his debut mixtape came out to perform for the Juggalos at the gathering. Like, whatever the hell you ate the year before, bro, was like living up to its fucking, to everything.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking crazy. There's people that have been trying to rap for a long time that probably still haven't played the gathering.
Yeah, it sucks. And what sucks is that it's not there's some people out there that put their whole lives into trying to make it, and they don't get anywhere. And then there's people that literally put a song out and it blows up. And like, I just see the rap game itself as a lottery, a giant lottery, and you don't know what the fuck's gonna happen till you play.
For sure.
You know, I just see it as one huge lottery. I don't see it as people say, oh, you just gotta grind and you get there. Nah, it ain't like that. I've seen people fucking live their whole lives grinding their heart out and they don't get nowhere. So that's obviously bullshit, you know? Like, it's all bullshit. It's just a lottery game. Like, you won't know until you play. Just fucking play, and you might be the guy to fucking just spark somebody's interest, the right person, and boom, you're on top all of a sudden.
Hell yeah. There you go. Hey,
yeah.
Shout out to Brooklyn Menace in the chat room. He filmed that performance, so I know there's a quality video of that out there for you guys to enjoy. So go.
It's somewhere. Hey, they took it down though. When the whole thing was going on with the Juggernaut and the Bender Boys, that shit got taken down.
I don't know what any of those words mean, but
I know what the words mean, but I don't know what the situation.
I have no fucking clue. Yeah. But yeah, maybe it's up there. Brooklyn Menace recorded it. That's probably good. So you do your performance. You're part of DHE. You guys are doing the thing. A year later, you ended up. So what happened there? So you ended up leaving DHE, and that's when the whole Hekka thing kind of started. Like, what happened?
Yeah, man. They just showed one night. Ratchet just hit me up, and he was like, "Yo, have you ever looked at what your name means? And like the shit that you're spitting. Like, this grew up in the wicked shit." He's like, "Do you know what the fuck this is?" And I'm like, "Nah, what are you talking about?" He's like, "Do you even know what eradicate? Like, do you even know what the fuck you're talking about?" And I'm like, no, I don't. This is all just kind of coming out of me. You know what I mean? It's just, I ain't even thinking about it too much. It's just happening. Kind of like the Dark Carnival happened for the Joker's cards. Like, that's how I feel like what I'm doing is it's just coming out. And Ratchet starts putting me on to Shade, what Shade is, you know, and like, now remember, Shade was just my name growing up. Like, I used to draw with my cousin, so I was known as Shade and he was Sketch. But then Shade became something different when Ratchet told me, look it up. Like, look up what Shade means. And I started looking up what Shade means. I'm like, yo, this is scary. It's like me reading about myself. Like, what the fuck is this? And like, and there's even pictures, descriptions of things that have come out, like descriptions and depictions of shades of what Shade looks like as a spirit. And some of these fucking depictions look like my motherfucking face paint. And it's like, what the fuck is this, bro? Like, this shit's starting to get weird as fuck. Like, and if you think I was into it, like, you should talk to fucking Deviant. You know what I mean? They'll fucking go on all day about this shit. Like, they know everything about who they are and where they stand in, like, music and shit like that. Like, it's crazy. Like, it gets really scary. It sounds like I'm full of shit and like I'm some fucking nut, but you look that shit up and you listen to my story, like what I just told all of you guys right now, like what I just told you. Listen to what I told you, and then go listen to the Shade mythology stories and try to get into Babylon and shit like that, and it's gonna fuck you up too, you know?
I'm not even
like this shit.
You say you sound crazy or whatever, but and I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you don't. but you like from a Juggalo standpoint, you just sound like Violent J talking about the Dark Carnival, except for
exactly. Like, I sound like a nut, and he sounds like a nut sometimes too.
He does, but at the same time, the same time, most of us kind of get it. You know what I mean? Like, especially in the beginning, you know what I mean? Like, he might be a little nuts now, but especially in the beginning, the nuts was like, we got it. Like, oh shit, it's this deeper thing. It's this, you know what I mean?
It really is. Yeah. That's how I feel about this Hekka thing, and like people that you know, lots of, you know, of course, lots of my fan base right now is just Juggalos, because I'm trying to show myself to the family before I do something real with my career. Like, I'm just trying to, I don't know how to explain it. I'm just letting this shit come out, bro. This isn't like I'm not like trying to do what Violent J did or anything like that. Yeah. It's just I'm trying to just let it come out. Like I said, like right now I'm having kind of a writer's block issue. That's why I did the Violent J cover mixtapes, because I was just feeling that, you know, I didn't have to write. I already knew all those songs like the back of my hand. I just I hopped on different beats and killed it. And I'm just trying to get to the point where I can relax and just chill and just let the wicked shit come out again. Because I'm in a little dry spell. My legs all fucked up.
Yeah, I think you're fine. But so what kind of, so you the Hekka thing started? I know we touched on it a little bit. Like you ended up meeting up with Cali Green, and was there like an actual departure from Deviant? Or I mean, is it?
No, it's like, still Deviant. It's still DHE for life. I fucking talked to Ratchet the other day. You know, like we're cool as fuck. Hekka is like a branch off of Deviant.
Okay.
I wouldn't know shit about Hekka or none of this if it wasn't for Deviant. They know what Hekka is. I didn't even have to tell them. Like, I didn't even have to tell them anything. I didn't have to tell them what my logo meant. They knew it already. They knew what Hekka was before I even discovered it. You know, like they dude, Ratchet and Suku are literally the fucking prince and queen of the fucking underground. Like, it sounds really far-fetched, but just they are, dude. They're about that shit. They are the wiki shit. They're dope. They're good people.
I wish I would have known about you when we had them on, because I would have loved to hear them talk about the meanings behind.
Yeah. Like me, I'll just start babbling off, start sounding like Alex Jones. Y'all don't want that shit. I'll just fucking, you know what I mean? Like, I don't need that. Y'all don't need that.
You're telling me exactly what I want right now.
Nah, I'm not gonna get all of the. But Ratchet knows how to articulate it very well.
Tell me about the aliens.
Oh shit, the aliens.
Yes. Tell me about
Nah, I think something's gonna happen definitely.
For sure.
You see everything that's happening in the news right now? Like they're releasing lots of information right now, and I'm not talking about no mainstream media. I'm talking about going to the motherfucking Federal Registry and looking at some motherfucking documents that are uploaded every day. Like this shit is fucking real, dude. And they're not telling nobody. They're just releasing it under the cover.
It all means nothing. We live in a simulation.
They got that Hekka, man. It all started. It's all. He's got that Egyptian background. He's got all that. That's where they're at. Aliens.
Yo, if I die after my next music video, it's because I pissed some people off.
That's usually how that happens. Yeah.
Some high up. I'm talking about some high up people.
Piss some aliens off. So before the aliens come and get us, so you did, so like all this shit is just happening so quick. Like you just like, bow, put it out, and then the Hekka thing comes about. You kind of rediscover yourself and the meaning about you and your history, and you're still kind of in it. And then you just start dropping music. And music and music and music. You put out the Metamorphosis EP, and then you've dropped a shit ton of singles. Earlier this year, you put out the Lover Boy mixtape around Valentine's Day.
One of my most favorite drops of all time, baby. We had condoms, and I've always wanted my face on the condom. We did it.
Why?
People fucked with shade condoms, bro. My fucking dream is fucking came true.
I'm like, why? Why was that a dream?
I don't know, man. Fuck it, because like I always thought, like, you know, shade condoms would be a great use of promo. Like that's awesome, and like we did it, and it worked, and people fucked with them, and I'm happy.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about getting condoms a few times, but it wasn't with our Lover Boy drop.
Like now, we're talking when your face is on it. Is it on the packaging, or is it?
Oh no, it's on the packaging, guy.
Okay.
It would be
How weird would that be if your face was on the actual condom?
It was just a blow mold of his face at the tip.
Just yeah.
Dude, that would be so lit if we can get like a mold of my face on the condom.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like,
you put a hole in it, so
you're like, shit, y'all thinking next level now.
Yeah, because you can put a hole in it, and when you're done, you'll start spitting.
You don't want a hole in the condom.
I mean, you do if you want your rapper to start spitting.
It'll be true.
Don't do that.
Hey, don't give me ideas, Callie. I know Callie's listening to this and he's taking notes.
He used one apparently.
He's like,
so that's
fuck.
Weird.
He's like, we gotta find a fucking condom molding company right now, Shade. I'm like, all right, man.
That would probably be expensive, but that'd be
probably.
That'd be fun.
Ribbed for her pleasure.
Yeah.
So even though like we're gonna get into Violent Ed because I want to talk about that the most, but. Up to that point, so even with like things like Lover Boy, so you're brand new, basically. I mean, you're extremely new in the game. A couple years, a couple mixtapes. You're still learning your craft, but you're already
no album yet.
You're already out there experimenting, though. You're already trying different things. You did a whole fucking like I don't know if I could really think of too many, if any, like rappers that would be like, hey, I'm brand new, but here's my Lover Boy mixtape. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're doing these trying different stuff, and like I love that. Like, is that something you're consciously like just trying to do different avenues and think of different ways to do like different, even though it's still you, it's like different styles of music and stuff like that?
That's a good question. I've never been asked that question before. It's a good question. I don't know, man. Like that is a good question. I don't know if this just comes out of me or if it's like the hustler in me, like the marketing aspect of me, but I guess I just like, it's like everybody else does in the game. They just put out what they think they would want, you know. Like I said, I always wanted my face on the condom. It would be awesome if we had ICP condoms, you feel me, but we don't, so I made shade condoms. Can't make ICP condoms, but I'll make shade condoms. Like shit like that. Like the whole Egyptian thing, I've never really seen an Egyptian based rapper. You know, that shit came to me. So here I am. I'm this Egyptian mythological rapper.
Do you have Egyptian in your bloodline?
No, I don't. But like I said, the last inhabitant that Shade had was an Egyptian sorcerer. So all I have is Egyptian knowledge.
Well, if you're being taken over by Shade anyways, so I mean, it's, you know, you're being possessed by an Egyptian spirit, so
yeah.
Close.
Yeah. Yeah, there's been lots of there's been lots of, if you get into the shade thing, of like, of course that's not the only one, but there's many documented things going back into the Bible and different religious scripture and stuff of what a shade is. And a shade has taken over like many different people. It's not just some like the Egyptian guy, it's like all kinds of people. The lines, everybody wants to know about the lines. And like I don't know where that came from. That's what scares me the most. So when you start looking at some of these photos and you start seeing like what people depict and stuff, they got fucking lines on their face, bro. That's when I was like, yo, I gotta back up off this shit, because I feel like I'm getting into something that I don't want to know about. You know, it's like, what the fuck?
You fucking with these spirits you might not want to be fucking with.
Yeah. Okay. So during Slamfest, remember Slamfest was fucking awesome. My little sister, she is, of course, also grew up juggalo shit in her, in her everyday just surroundings and stuff like that. And she had never been to a show. She went on the, the rocker emo girl side. She loved Attila. And ICP and Attila were there doing that Slamfest. And so she's like, holy shit, I've never been to a concert before. Attila's coming and ICP. She's like, I gotta go. So I was like, all right. So we set my sister up with a ticket. This is her first show ever. She wanted me to paint her face like Shaggy. So I was like, bet. I'm really good at face painting. I've been doing it my whole life. So I'm there and I'm trying to make her fucking face paint super good. It's her first show. Trying to make it really nice and badass. By the time I'm done with it, we gotta fucking get in the car and get to the show. We still gotta pick up the Fago at the store. So I'm like, fuck, I don't have time to do my makeup. I usually just do J. I used to always just do Violent J all the time, and I don't have no time this time. So I literally just drew these lines on my face. They came out of nowhere. They came out of impulse real fast to do something before the show, because I had some face paint. I was like, fuck it. So I drew these lines on my face, and ever since then, they just stuck. Ever since the Slamfest show.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. Yeah, and now people, and then if you start looking at the shade mythology, you start seeing some weird shit with these lines, and you're just like, oh, dude, I don't want to, where the fuck, I'm not gonna get into this. I'll let Ratchet just get into that, or Doug, let Callie get into that. They're down to go down those weird alleyways and shit. I'm not, my brain's fucked up already, dude.
You're in some fucking shit, bro.
Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, it's some weird shit, and I'm scared of it. Y'all might think I'm all the shit, all about this stuff. Fuck no, you kidding me? I don't even want to know, dude. I'm just going along with it. Fuck, all right, I hope I don't get consumed by something evil. I'm opening my fucking mind to shit, and that could be dangerous. You don't know what the fuck's out there. We only see 1% of our spectrum.
Well,
you don't know what the fuck's. I don't know what I'm letting in. I don't know what I'm playing with. I don't know what we're fucking talking about in the music. I'm just going along. I'm hope I don't get killed. Bro, I'm talking about some raw shit in some of my music, especially the next video I got coming out. I just shot it the other day. The video that I got coming out next, if I die, y'all are right here. This is documentary. Save this, download this. If I die, it's because I pissed off some people because I'm talking about their God, and I'm pissing on their God.
Jeez.
I'm pissing on the God of sacrifice, Moloch. I fucking said it right now. I don't give a fuck. If y'all want to go look that shit up, go lose your mind on that shit too, I'm done with all of it. I'm just going on impulse, like I said, just trying to let it come out. Fuck it.
He's letting the shade take over.
Yeah, I'm gonna let shade take over and see what happens. I just hope it doesn't kill me or get me fucking killed or consume me.
I hope not either. I hope there's some nice stuff in there. I hope he's
I'm a good kid. I'm a young juggalo kid. I got a good heart. I really do. But the world is fucking evil, and so shade's got to be evil sometimes. And yeah, I gotta let them know, yo, there's people out here that know what the fuck y'all are doing, and it's pathetic, and you're a disgrace to humanity. So kill me, but you'll always be a fucking disgrace. Or silence anybody, but you'll always be a fucking disgrace. You feel me?
Whew.
Yeah.
Getting into some crazy shit.
Yeah, so watch this next video and y'all will understand exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. And if y'all want to go down those rabbit holes, go for it. But I'm done. I did all that shit when I thought we were going to die in 2012. You know, I was a kid.
Well, there you go.
I already did all the conspiracy and all that shit. I already went crazy and lost sleep over it. I'm done. Now I just let shit take over, like you said.
Well, hopefully he does a good job. And hopefully everybody out there listening has a fun rabbit hole to go down and they can learn more about all this, all these things happening here.
Yeah, you're like all the heroes are actually villains.
Yikes.
Yeah.
So.
And maybe your villains are heroes. You know what I mean?
It's possible.
Maybe the people that you see that are so ugly, like juggalos, and the people that, you know, people put down all day. Maybe those are the heroes, and maybe everybody else is the villains. All these great people, all these smiles and you know, lemonade and nice fucking picket fence. Maybe those are the fucking villains, bro.
Fucking lemonade.
Yeah.
Maybe, just maybe, we're all heroes and villains in our own right.
Dun dun dun.
So leading up to all the so basically, man, you like we kind of talked about here. You grew up Juggalo. You've been Juggalo most of your life. You're all up into, you know, you were raised in that world, a new generation, if you will. And then March last month, 2021, you released the Violent Ed EP, the homage to what you grew up. Like, what was, like, where did the idea? I love it, first of all, but like, where did what made you decide to do that? Like, some people have covered ICP, but not very many. You were just like, I'm going all in. Like, what kind of started that idea, like, to do this project?
Writer's block.
Yeah.
Writer's block. Yeah, real shit. Yeah, because like I got writer's block. Like I said, I'm not trying to force Shade. I'm gonna let Shade just do its fucking thing, and so I just had writer's block. I can't force the wicked shit to come out. It just has to come out. I can't sit there and listen to a beat 100 times and try to force a wicked shit on it. It doesn't work like that, you know. So I could do all that mainstream swaggy shit all fucking day, you know what I mean? But the wicked shit, that's a craft. You feel me? There's something different. There's something beautiful, and people don't even understand it. And so I had writer's block. I can't make shady wicked shit right now. It'll come. I'm just gonna let it come. I'm gonna let it, like Callie said, he's like, just kick back, relax, you know what I mean? The world's opening up, go out and have fun, you know? Do your thing, go get back to normal. I literally feel like the lack of Juggalo love this year affected Shade very, very much. Cause I have the most insane writer's block, you know? But I feel like as soon as I come back to the Juggalo stuff, like a Shade will arise once again. I need the love, I need the energy, I need the karma, I need it bad. But because I couldn't write, I was listening to a beat one day, and I had just listened to Falling Apart because I'm so sad, and I'm like, fuck, I can't write. Is Shade even worth the time? Like, what am I doing? Like, is it worth it? Like blah blah blah, and I'm being a little bitch, and I'm listening to Falling Apart, like, and then right after that, you know, I was just like, I put on this beat that somebody had sent me, and then I fucking just like listened to it, and I was like, I'm falling apart. Yeah, what's become of me? I'm falling apart. Hey, and I just, you know, like, oh shit. So that shit came out, and then another one, and another one, and another one, you know, and I didn't want to do a full-on ICP cover. That's stupid. I'm one guy. I don't want to do that, and I might fuck some of those songs up anyway. But I picked ICP primarily ICP songs that just include Violent J, because you know there's a lot of that. So I found some of those
songs. Yeah.
Yeah. So I found some of those, and I literally just, like, I could hear a beat, and then I would know a song. Like, I would just try to put an ICP song on it, whatever the fuck it was, and I would be killing it sometimes. I'm like, man, this is dope. So the ones that I really liked, I just put off to the side and recorded them. And then boom, I made Violent Ed. Like that also just came out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like that was just something for me to keep creative, stay in the studio, keep my flow going, feel good, you know? And I did, because each one of those songs means a fucking lot to me. Like every single one, like all of them, you know?
Fuck yeah. No, it's super dope. I dig it, man. It's like, we're actually talking about this on the show on Friday, because I mentioned it. And when you think of someone, at least me personally, when someone says, hey, so-and-so did a ICP cover album, my immediate thought is, oh, God. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, you fucking kidding me? But it's dope. It's not an ICP. Like, you did your own thing. It's a Shade record. Like, just almost like paying homage to these tracks and bringing a new sound and a new, you know what I mean, like your version, and it's dope. It's not just like, it's not cheesy, I'm a juggalo, I'm gonna do an ICP song. It's like, it's dope and it's different. And
yeah, and I didn't want to change too much. Some people are like, well, why didn't you switch up the lyrics like more and do more of your own shit? And I was like, well, I'm also trying to, as much as I want to push Shade and do all that, I'm a motherfucking juggalo forever, for life, for everything. Like, I want to tell the story of ICP just as much as I did 10 years ago or 15 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, I still want people to know what the fuck the Dark Carnival is and all that shit. So I didn't want to change too much of those songs. I wanted to keep them almost complete. I changed a couple words here and there. One of the songs when he says, you know, I'm Violent J, like I say, I'm Little Shade instead of that. You know what I mean? Like because I'm not Jay. Like people, like there's some motherfuckers, literally some people out there like, you'll never be Violent J, and I'm like, oh my God, these people are so cringe. Like,
clearly it's
bro,
Violent Ed.
Yeah.
Look at
I'm like, I'm not Violent J, bro. Like, I don't ever want to be. That motherfucker's insane. Like, hell nah.
Violent Ed.
Like, bro, like I've heard some stories about Jay that are crazy. You know, that motherfucker's crazy. He's an awesome dude. He's done so much for people and changed so many lives, all that shit. But he's fucking crazy. He's nuts. That's what happens when you let the shit take over you like that, you know?
For sure.
I've learned a lot from Jay and what to do and what not to do, you know, because I've seen him make mistakes. And I'm like, shit, I don't want that to happen to me, you know what I mean? I don't want to be losing my shit in a fucking tour bus and like having a fucking demon sitting on my chest like he explains. Like, fuck that. That's scary. That's why I don't go too much into the Shade shit. That shit would drive you crazy. Any kind of rabbit hole will drive you crazy. So I'm like, oh, I'm good.
Yeah, you don't want it sitting on your chest. You just want to encompass your entire body and take control.
Yeah, take control. Let it fucking just let me come back later and fucking regroup. Like, I don't want to lose to it.
Ooh boy.
Mhm.
Madness.
Y'all know it's cool that I get to talk to you guys, because you know I've done interviews and stuff for people who aren't juggalos and they don't have a fucking idea what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, like what the fuck, you know? So I try to dumb shit down, but for you guys, I don't have to dumb anything down. Like, you guys are, I'm literally an old school juggalo, just like you guys. I was just born when y'all were like young, you know, when y'all were in your prime.
Hey,
y'all were young like me.
When we were in our prime. I'm in my prime right now, buddy.
You're still in your prime.
You
Fuck
calm
yeah.
down there, sir. I haven't brought
It just sucks
brought
because I
the
see a lot
walker
of
out yet.
I told Saraya the other day, and what did I tell him? I was like, "Girl, are we gonna mosh or what?" And he's like, "Boy, you think I could fucking do that?" I'm like, "Motherfucker, you better." You know what I mean? Like,
we drink enough alcohol, we can still mosh. Okay.
Yeah.
The next day we might have some problems, but you won't see us that day.
Nope.
It looks like stuff's opening up. Hopefully, I'll get to see you guys somewhere. Like, hopefully at an event or something.
Oh yeah, I'll be out there for sure. I've already been out there.
What did y'all check out already? Y'all been to something?
I've been everywhere. I don't know what you're talking about. I was at the ICP show.
No, like recently, the one that just happened right now.
Yeah, the end of February at the office. I was in.
That's dope.
I was in there. I wasn't supposed to be in there, but I was in there. I got that bitch juggalo style. Hey, Callie Green, Too Fresh, shameless plug, wants to know who else is on Hekka.
So we have a lot of Hekka affiliates. Like I said, we're trying to change people's lives with some music. Of course, we're not there yet. We've just started. We are a startup company. But eventually we want to eliminate record label bullshit and really push an artist to become like a real independent force by himself. Kind of like, do you guys know what what is it called? It's Strange Music's sister record company. It's not even a record company. It's Strange Music's second hand company. What's it called?
It Goes Up.
Yeah, It Goes Up. We love the concept of that. You feel me? Like, that's some real shit. Like, Dax is doing amazing right now. He's on top. Dax is an independent powerhouse, and it's because of It Goes Up. But he's an independent powerhouse. Like,
well, they
gave him the boost to become an independent powerhouse. They're not trying to siphon money from him as an artist. They siphon money from him as a client, like as a customer. He paid for services and shit.
Yeah. And
they fucking blew him up. You feel me? Like, he didn't sign a contract and have them like, oh, we're gonna give you some money, but everything you make up until, this day or whatever is ours. Like, they didn't do that. They paid for a service. He paid for a service, and they fucking blew him up. Like, that's what it should. That's how the fucking game should be. You should be able to hustle your ass off, be able to fucking push your craft, and fucking blow up like that. And the game's changing, and I see the way it's changing too. And so that's what we're trying to like aim Hekka towards. Helping artists completely. So right now we got our homeboy Trip. He was just on the Carnival Spirits Sci-Fi. I don't think it's out yet. I don't know if it's out yet. But listen to that shit. He kills the fuck out of it harder than anybody on that fucking Sci-Fi. I don't care who I offend. That shit is lit. He's out of Cali. He's a fucking madman. But he is the one of the craziest lyricists and artists I've ever heard ever. Like, hands down. I'm just so surprised that we got this guy, like, out of everybody, you know what I mean? We got like this guy. He's awesome, dude. I don't know if you guys heard Trip Vomit, if Callie showed you guys.
I'm not sure.
Callie will definitely like link you guys up with like Trip. He's also a juggalo, of course. But this guy does not do any juggalo music at all. He does I can't even explain what kind of rap or what kind of he doesn't have a genre. He's a fucking mess, but like the most beautiful mess you could ever fucking think of, Like, it's amazing what he could do with 20 minutes and a mic. Like, insane. He's one of the most talented people I've ever met in my life. Like, I have a homie named Mike. I've dropped some shit with him. If y'all fuck with my shit like that, you might hear him on a couple tracks. He's gonna be on the next one, Hekka Phase 2.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah, what's up, Mike? And my boy Mike is the most hard person to impress. He loves mainstream music. He doesn't really fuck with juggalo shit. He just fucks with me. He likes a little bit of Ouija, but he's a mainstream kid. It's hard as fuck to get a reaction out of this guy because all he does is he's an engineer. So all he does is all day just listen to different music, listen to this, listen to that. It's very hard to get a reaction from this guy. Even from his favorite artist, I've rarely seen him give good reactions. And one day, Trip sent him a verse that he wanted him to hop on, and Mike was fucking ecstatic. He's like, oh my God, what the fuck? And I had never seen my boy act like that. So that's how I knew Trip was something special. Like, everybody go look him up at Trip Vomit on Instagram. TRIPP.vomit. He's the fucking homie, and he's definitely gonna blow up in some type of way. I don't know what type of way, and I don't even know what genre, but that boy's gonna blow up.
Hell yeah. Who else is associated with Hekka? Anybody else?
We have, I'm pretty sure you guys know Politicize.
Yeah.
Yeah, Politicize is the homie. Very intricate lyricist. Politicize's album's gonna be dropping soon. It's got Shaggy 2 Dope on it.
That shit's dope.
It's got a couple other people, and that's gonna be dropped under Hekka.
That's what's up.
I'm very excited for that. Gonna have a motherfucking, a Shaggy verse under Hekka's belt. Like, that's pretty dope.
He'll be on Replicon soon.
Yeah, he's the motherfucking man, bro. You ever heard him freestyle? Like, it's very weird.
I heard that Shaggy track, and I can't share it with anyone, and it's super dope.
Yeah, and we also have another artist affiliated. The what?
I said it's too dope, if you will. The track.
Yeah, it's too fucking dope. The whole fucking album's gonna be too dope. It's been like a year or two in the making, so it better be fucking dope. He's coming with it. And we also have another artist named Sad Boy Slump. He's a juggalo also. Me and him used to be just homies on Instagram, just random, and just random homies. He was a Gutter Gang. When I was like repping Gutter Gang really, really hard when Gutter Water came out, like I met a lot of people exactly like me, like a younger crowd of juggalos. And Sad Boy Slump was on that list. Like he was Gutter Gang and he was young, he was a juggalo, he was really like Little Peep influenced, and he's just dope. And Cali Green ended up finding this group that he was a part of called Garbage World. He didn't even know that Sad Boy Slump was a juggalo. He had no idea. He just knew that he was the guy with the Courage tattoo on his face. Courage the Cowardly Dog. He's got a big old Courage the Cowardly Dog fucking tatted on his cheek. And that's all Cali knew him as. But I was like, nah, bro, that dude's a juggalo. Like, I have him as a friend. We're following each other on Instagram. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah. So we got shit with Sad Boy Slump coming. Sad Boy Slump, look him up also on Instagram. He's got a different type of music. He ain't doing no horrorcore or anything like that. But he's really into that sad boy shit. Some people really like that. It's a full ass genre, and he's like beast at it. That sad rap,
Tell him to cheer up, man.
Yeah, you can tell he's a really positive guy. He's just trying to express his sad views. The thing that's cool about him is that he's got a fucking album. I never listened. Like I said, I'm a juggalo. Like that's all I fucked with up until recently. And I never listened to that whole Little Peep shit. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what that was. So Sad Boy Slump was literally my introduction to that shit. So when people hear him, they go, yo, like, he sounds like Little Peep. But I don't know who Little Peep is, so he just sounds like Slump to me, you feel me? He sounds fucking dope. Like, this is my introduction to that type of music, and I love it. Like, and so I believe in that boy, like, a lot. Like, I have a lot of faith in him, like, because I love his music so much. Like, I bump his music when I'm chilling, when I'm doing everyday tasks. Like, I love that shit.
Sad baby, not sad boy. Oh, okay.
He's a sad baby, but the group that he's chilling with, they're all sad boys. They're all the sad boys. They're Garbage World. That's why I call them sad boys. Sometimes I say sad boys, sometimes sad baby. Like they just the sad boys. You feel me? Like they got their own swag. They cool as fuck. They look like garbage. They're Garbage World. Yeah, check out Garbage World and check out Sad Baby Slump.
Hell yeah. Peep it out, man. Hekka.
Hekka. We got like multiple acts coming, man. Like, and I want, like, of course right now it's just juggalo based, but hey, even the people that aren't juggalos and they want to just do something a little extra with their music and they hear this, just hit us up. We will see what we can do for you, We can't offer you the fucking world. We're not millionaires. We're not here to fucking snap a finger and put you on, but we're here to get you started. We're here to get you started with you know what I mean? We're here to get you your fucking foundation going.
For sure.
Like we're here to start you up. Put you on playlists and shit.
Yeah, if y'all are millionaires, we got a donate button right at the top of repliconradio.com. You can just click it.
Yup.
Oh yeah, definitely. If we were millionaires, bro, you don't know, this whole scene, you guys included, would be eating a lot differently. You feel me? I'm not saying it's like my fucking
more healthy, maybe.
No, it's like, man, if we had millions of dollars, bro, I would try to revive this juggalo community in every way. I don't think you guys get it. Like, I would spend millions, bro. I'd give my life to just bringing the Juggalo shit back to where it needs to be in music and the industry. Like, I would make it to where, like, I would try to make it to where Juggalo shit is searched up again. I would love it for Google optimization analytics to show that Juggalos are being searched 1,000 times more than what they were 5 years ago. That's my goal. You know what I mean? To have the whole world look at us again. That's what I want.
Light.
In a positive light, yeah.
Hell yeah. I said in a positive light.
Yeah, in a positive light. We are the positive light, man. They're barely catching up to us.
For sure.
They barely catching up to us. The rest of the world is barely on the shit that we've been on for fucking 20 years, bro.
Yeah. So you mentioned
they
earlier
barely realizing.
You got a new video that you guys just filmed, get ready to drop. What's that for? Is that for the new track you just released called Back Now that just came out on the 2nd?
No. That track was also not mine. That track is I'm featured on that track, okay. But Homeboy doesn't have he doesn't have his full artistry set up. I told him, talk to Hekka. The boy was very busy and he's doing a bunch of other things. So I just go in and had uploaded it on my channel. His name's Kutta, and I got a song with him called Back Now. The video for that's been out for like 5 months. It's his video. That's not my video. But we just shot a video last week, and it's my first green screen video, so that's pretty dope. I got a green screen video coming that's going to be called Hekka Phase 2. So, of course, y'all probably seen Hekka, the first Hekka video. This is going to be Hekka Phase 2. We're switching it up. We're getting the company right, trying to get the money, or trying to get everything legal and situated and stuff like that. And we're going into Hekka Phase 2. And this one's kind of crazy because, like I said, I talk about some fucking rowdy shit on here. So if I die, y'all know why I died.
Well, try not to die. We'd all be sad boys.
Yeah. Y'all all be sad boys. Yeah, y'all going to be listening to Sad Baby Slump, bro, when I'm dead.
Sad boys because our friend died because of the aliens. Alien gods.
Yeah. Hey, this is a crazy little podcast right here.
Don't do that.
We could go all night about aliens and stuff one day if y'all want to have like an aliens episode.
We'll save that for the next time.
Yeah, man. One day.
What time that is, but next one. So what? So you got the video dropping. I see you're constantly putting out album after album after album. So I
actually no. I put out lots of projects, but I have yet to release an album.
Singles, EPs, yeah.
Yeah, I'm scared to release an album. I think an album, it takes lots of dedication and lots of, you gotta really be in that bitch if you want an album. Like, people say, oh, my album dropped and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, bro, an album should be taken seriously. And an album, you should put everything into it. And I'm not ready for that yet. I will be soon. Like, definitely. Especially the way things that are going on in my personal life are happening right now. Like, I'll be ready. And I don't have an album yet. I will. It'll be called Prince of Horrorcore.
There you go. Coming soon.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you got singles dropping all the time. Make sure you guys are following Shade, Hekka on all the social medias and whatnot.
Everywhere, princeofhorrorcore.com.
There you go. I got a playlist here we're going to play in just a minute when we're done chatting. I just want to go over it with you real quick to see if you have any tidbits or fun little stories or quims about the tracks we're going to play. I got the Back Now track that we were just talking about that just came out, you're featured on with Kutta. We got a Love Song off of Violent Ed. The Devil in Me, that's a track we talked about earlier, featuring Dark Half. Falling Apart off of Violent Ed. Fuck a Gat off of Hekka. 17 Graves. And then Verily again off of the Violent Ed EP.
Verily's been. I have a fucking story very similar to Verily. Pretty much the exact same story to Verily.
Is she watching you?
I don't know, fam. That's why I did that fucking song, because like I had that story go down in middle school. Like, you know, sick girl, you know, she's really nice, really cool to me, you know what I mean? Always a nice face, and you know what I mean? Just cancer got her, and you know, and that was my Verily. So like I had to do that song for sure. When I was doing the Violent Ed, I was, I gotta do Verily, you know. Jay does that whole song, I gotta do that fucking Verily for sure. What was the ones you said?
17 Graves, Fuck a Gat, Falling Apart, Devil in Me, Love Song, and Back Now.
Love Song was just, Love Song was my shit, bro. So, like I told y'all, like, Ringmaster, I used to fucking scare the shit out of me as a child, but it ended up becoming my number, like, in my Joker's card. Like, that's my favorite Joker's card. Anybody that knows me knows, like, anybody that's real close to me knows that whole album. And they don't even have to be juggalos, you know? They just, because I'm always playing it, it's the Ringmaster. That's my favorite shit. And it was so fucking scary to me as a kid that I just fell in love with it. And like, when I did Love Song, dude, it just brought me back to the, you know, the days where I was just, you know, first starting out to find out, you know, about bitches and girls, and I was a little shade, you know, getting his dick wet. I was fucking, so that I had to do Love Song because that shit was, you know, real close to me. Like that was like when I was, 11,
you know, calm down.
Yeah, that's when I was starting to get out there. You know what I mean, with the ladies. So I had to do that song. The 17 Graves was just some shit we just put together real quick on some wicked shit. What else? What else you say?
Devil in Me with Dark Half.
Devil in Me, man. That is, like I said earlier, I never thought in my whole life I would have a song with Dark Half. And like, it just so happened that Callie Green was sitting on a motherfucking Gino verse from like forever ago. You know, I never met Gino. I was only a fan of Dark Half. Like, I've always been a fan of Dark Half ever since they really came out. And like, I never thought I would get a motherfucking Dark Half verse, bro. And like, I met up with Callie. You know, we're kicking it. We vibe hard as hell. And then he's like, bro, I got this Gino verse. And I was like, shut the fuck up, dude. And he was like, for real? And I was like, no way. And I heard it and I was like, bro, this I have to be on this. And he's like, we gotta get Damien on it. And I don't know Damien. Like, he knew who I was when I hit him up, which was like a motherfucking honor, bro, because I didn't know him. I didn't know him at all. I just know him as Damien Quinn, like the artist. So when I hit him up, he's like, yo, Shade, what's up, man? I love your shit. And I'm like, oh, are you fucking kidding me? Like, what the hell? And he's like, yeah, I fuck with your shit. He's like, you're really putting in work in this scene. And I'm like, damn, like, that's dope. I was like, well, I hope you don't take offense to this, but me and my manager, we got a fucking old Gino verse that's been stored away forever. And he was like, shut the fuck up. You know, like, we let him hear it. And within fucking, you know, real quick response time, motherfucker sent me back a verse. And it was just fire. You know what I mean? And
hell yeah.
No charge or nothing on the homie shit.
That's what's up. Rest in peace, Gino, and shout out to Damien all day. Culture.
Bro, I would have paid upwards to a G for that shit, and he just gave me that on some fucking juggalo love, bro.
Hell yeah.
I would have paid a G for that shit, like
Damien,
real shit. I would have paid a G to have a Dark Half song. And
Damien, hit up Shade and get that stimmy.
For real, he's gonna come back charging me for last year.
That's what's up, man. Hell yeah. Callie Green in the chat mentioned next month Grew Up on the Wicked Shit Deluxe Edition.
Yeah, man, this is the 2-year or second year anniversary of Grew Up on the Wicked Shit. So we're gonna be releasing the deluxe version with a couple of other juggalo, really hard juggalo tracks that I've done. Going to be released with Grew Up in the Wicked Shit, the original 13 or 12 songs. And hell yeah, we're going to fucking re-release Grew Up in the Wicked Shit. It's going to be dope. It's going to be I think it's remixed and remastered too.
Hell yeah. There you go.
And it's coming with a new cover, and I think it's coming with a whole merch drop. So hopefully everybody because you can't find Grew Up in the Wicked Shit anywhere. I don't know if y'all know that. Like, it's not out there. You can't find it unless you have it.
And then you still can't find it.
Yeah, I think even the people that tried uploading it to the YouTube, I think even Callie got a hold of them and made some type of deal with them to take it off because we don't want that shit out there. We want it to be very exclusive, you know.
Dope.
So
New one's
yeah,
coming. Check out princeofhorrorcore.com, I guess. Look forward to it coming.
Yeah, you have to try to find it. It's out there. I mean, I'm pretty sure someone's got it out there somewhere. I think it's on some YouTube channel, but like when it comes to streaming and all that shit, like it's nowhere. Like, can't find that shit
until next month when it's re-released.
Yeah, until next month. We will release it on all platforms, on everything. It'll be the whole shebang.
Oh yeah, for all the gigolos and gigolettes. Boop, boop.
All the gigolos and giglets.
Don't try this at home.
If anybody listening has any questions, man, hit us up in the chat real quick. Heather in the chat room wants to know, how many types of hard drugs are you on?
How many types of hard drugs am I on? I'm on nothing, man. I just smoke weed.
All right, well,
I smoke a lot of weed, but I've done pretty much everything as a very, very, very stupid child. And I regret a lot of it because, now it's catching up to me. You don't think... young and being dumb, you don't think nothing that can affect you. It fucking will, bro. Like, I'm dealing with a lot of repercussions. Like, just at 24, just like, you know what I mean? Like, 6-7 years ago, I was being a dumbass, and now I'm like, fuck, like it sucks. Yeah, so I don't do no drugs. I don't do none of that. Smoke tons of weed, and occasionally, like I told you guys, I will do some shrooms. I think shrooms are beautiful. I think they're awesome. I think they're the reasons humans got full-size brains, you know what I mean? Like, I think a bunch of apes took a bunch of fucking shrooms and grew their brain size. But, hey, that's just a theory. I don't know.
Shout out to Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I listen to Rogan a lot, man.
Hell yeah.
It makes a lot of his shit makes sense, man. A lot of stuff that he puts out there is like, well, I gotta fuck with that.
Hell yeah, that's what's up, man. Well, I do got one more question for you, brother, because we asked all of our guests the same shit, because that's how original we are here at Replicon Radio. So we're going to do it to you, too. Essentially, bro, you got 3 records, man, that either inspire you as an artist, as a person. Maybe it's the one you listen to when you're sad, the one you listen to when you're happy, the one you listen to when you take control of other people's bodies because you're some weird Egyptian entity. Whatever it may be, just 3 records.
Oh, wait.
What?
Now, he said he listens to the show and he's been tuning in he's been voting for a while and tuning in the show, right?
Yes.
So he knows we should be asking this question. So did he study is the question.
Well, is that the question?
Yeah.
That's a separate question.
Did he study for the question we're about ready to ask him?
I didn't study for shit. I never studied for anything in my life, so bring it on.
Yeah, man. So essentially, you got 3 albums, 3 records you just could not live without. What would it be?
Ringmaster 1.
Don't be scared.
Hey, and they're like all music, right? Don't have to be like Juggalo shit.
No, hell no. Whatever, anything. Mariah Carey, dog. Whatever you got.
It'd be Ringmaster. Linkin Park Hybrid Theory.
Dope.
Because that was the first music I found by myself.
Hell yeah.
Without I didn't find Juggalo shit by myself, but I found Linkin Park by myself as like 13 years old. You know what I mean? 12 years old, like. So that, and then, damn. Look, I have my fucking issues with Twisted, okay? I have certain issues with Twisted that have nothing to do with the fucking beef. You feel me? Like, at all with ICP or nothing. I have my own views and opinions on Twisted because of their own actions or something that had to do with me and different shit. But fucking Twisted's Wicked is the most fucking amazing masterpiece in horrorcore to date. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm a fucking 17%er or whatever the fuck, but Twisted's Wicked was a goddamn masterpiece.
Fuck you.
From front to back, it's just fucking, it's amazing. It's like an album. Like, that's, if I want to do an album, it's gotta be shit like that. Like, that's an album. Like, that's the most wicked album I think that exists.
It's a good ass record, that's for sure.
It's fucking dope, bro. Like, you really listen to that? Like, those motherfuckers went into the minds of serial killers to make that fucking album. Like, it's dope.
They might have had a little shade on them.
Yeah, they might have. They might have dipped into that realm for a bit, you know?
Fuck yeah, man.
Like Ouija calls it the other side. Maybe they dipped into the other side. Like, maybe that's where shade comes from. I don't know.
They got a little Gary in them.
Right.
Yeah, a little bit of Gary.
They did it the Gary way.
Yeah, they did it.
But yeah, those are the 3 albums. It'd be Ringmaster, Hybrid Theory, and Wicked.
Hell yeah, that's super fresh. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I liked everything about this except for you referred to yourself as a 17%er. This whole time, I just thought you were a juggalo.
Oh no, man! I don't get me started on the fucking bullshit. Like I love, like, look, Twisted has been there for fucking me for a lot of shit. Like, it's just, and it's not because of the beef. When people hear that, people hear me say that, it's not because of the beef. You want to know why it is, and I'm gonna tell y'all, but y'all can't be like, don't think like don't like. It's my opinion. Like, don't be all mad about it, but this is why. I was on a live with Monoxide like 2 years ago, maybe right when I started becoming Shade and people started knowing who the fuck I was. I'm pretty sure, I mean, I'm not out there like that, but I'm pretty sure Monoxide has seen my shit. And when he saw my comment on his live, I that confirmed it. We were on a live and I had made some comments on his live and somebody was in there and they go, "Yo, Shade is the shit. What do you think about Shade and Ouija?" That's what they asked Monoxide. And Monoxide went ahead and said, "The problem with these young cats." That's how he started that conversation. He said, "The problem with these young cats." When you hear Violent J talk about young rappers, what do you hear from him? Man, that's so fucking dope, man. When you fucking got a young kid and you fucking out there, you little juggle, you fucking grind it. Like, that's what you hear from Jay. What you hear from Monoxide is the problem with these young kids is, like, he turned into that old man, like that old fucking grumpy ass diva. Like, I don't like that shit. Jay really is about this fucking culture. He really is. Like, he puts on for this bitch, like, with his life. He may fuck up. He may be a dumbass sometimes, say some stupid shit. You know, he may have dropped the ball sometimes on some of his artists. You know, what the fuck can you do? But in reality, that motherfucker's really living for us, bro. Like, he really out here not giving a shit about the money, just trying to fucking put it out there. He got his house, he got his land, he's got his trucks, he's good. You feel me? Like, I just see Monoxide.
What was the problem with
I just saw him turn into something that I didn't think he was gonna turn into.
But was it constructive criticism or?
Like, how did
no, it's just like he was just like, man, the problem with these kids is that they just want everything handed to them and blah blah blah. And it's just like, bro, why do you gotta come at us like that? Like, Jay, when you hear, and what it is that Jay knows that this whole world is his. He knows that it's him and Shaggy's world. But with Monoxide, it's not their world. Like, they helped build this, and hell yeah, it's everything. But when people think about Juggalos, they think about ICP, and that's why Monoxide's mad. That's why it hurts him inside. Like, that's why he had to say, instead of, "Man, that's so dope that these kids are out here doing the thing," instead of saying that's why he had to say, "Man, the problem with these kids is this and this." And it's just like, bro, like, why do you gotta put it down like that? You're telling me that you weren't right here in this point, you know what I mean? Ready to take a handout and shit? Of course you were. You took a handout. What you mean? You took a deal. You got on that tour ICP. They put you on your first tour bus. Like, I don't know. I just see Monoxide turning into that guy that he hated at one point.
Fucking Monoxide. Just out there being honest. What an asshole.
I'm being real, bro. I'm being completely real as fuck right now. Like,
I believe you.
I love Mono. I love Twisted, man. But I hate Twisted. It's like, at the same time, it's like, man, bro, like, why'd they have to go and fuck shit up? Like, fuck. Like, I get that Jay fucked up. I get that they flopped on Abominations. I get that they did a lot of shit. But it's like, man, like, you didn't have to turn into that old bitter dude. Like, you would have hated you like 20 years ago. That's just my opinion. That's where I stand on everything with the fucking beef. It has nothing to do with them versus Jay or nothing. It's just, that's my interpretation of those two sides giving their opinion on, like, somebody like me or Ouija or somebody young doing the damn thing, you know?
I feel you. Well, the best part about being a juggalo, let alone a human, is that we can all have our own opinions. So
yeah, that's
That's what it is.
And I'm not here to say that Twisted never fucking helped me and whatever. Hell no, their fucking music did a lot for me, but just I wish they would have just matured a little bit differently, matured a little bit more like Jay, to where you're at least bringing us up, you know. Don't just try to hog whatever's left. You feel me? There's barely anything left, and you trying to hog that. Like, okay, I guess. Like, damn.
I don't know. I don't. Yeah.
I think
just look at the actions of the two. Just look at the actions.
I disagree.
I think you should change the news channel, sir.
Yeah. Just look at that. I just ask you guys to look at the actions, and that's it. Like, just look at the actions of the two men that are at wits at the top of this fucking pyramid. Like, look at the actions, and you'll get a, you know. That's how I got my opinion. I look at the actions.
I feel you. I'm definitely not taking away your opinion, because everyone is you know, accustomed to their own opinion and you know, your own journey and things like that. I was about to get an MNE tat. I was about to get that star tatted too. Before like it started looking like a bunch of bullshit. I was like, wow, like. I guess we'll look forward to seeing you at Astronomicon.
Hell no.
But yeah, man. I mean, we're having such a good time. I don't want to get into this, but mad love either way.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Y'all are cool. Eddie Juggalo, I don't give a fuck what y'all like, bro. I love Twisted.
I like everything.
I love Twisted too, so you know what I mean.
I love it all. Even Shade Hekka.
Yeah. Hell yeah, thank you.
Maybe someday you'll do a Twisted tribute record. You never know. People change.
Hey, they gotta come at me right, man. Mono, come at me right, and I'll fucking shit, you know. Maybe.
But yeah, steady dropping music. I'm sure it's not gonna stop. Let everybody know where they can find you, where they can follow you, where the website is. Do you have any physical merch they can get up? Let them know all the information, man, so they can keep in touch with you.
I just got two things. Music, video, social media, everything at Shade-Hekka, and everywhere also at princeofhorrorcore.com. Everything you need to get to those things is at princeofhorrorcore.com. So
there you go, man. So go check
Pretty
it out.
simple.
Give it up for motherfucking Shade. You got merch? Is there physical copy? You had physical.
Hell yeah, man! We got all kinds of stuff. I think we're about to just redo the merch store. So I think there's a lot more coming out soon too. We got a bunch of designs and stuff. We're about to really go hard on the merch game. I really want to do some smoking products. So if y'all potheads out there, if you're on the lookout.
Oh yeah. So tons of shit to come from Shade and the whole crew over at Hekka. And I'm sure it's not the last you'll hear of the Hekka people right here on Replicon Radio. If I know anything, and I do. So
man, this was dope. Let me know whenever you guys want to do this again. I totally got you guys. This is awesome. It's fun. It's fun talking to older juggalos that can get where I'm coming from rather than some random people that are just hip-hop heads. You feel me?
Hell yeah, brother. No, it was the shit, man. It was dope. Mad love. For everybody tuned in, if you guys are on the YouTube channel.
Motherfuckers are tight, though.
He's just calling us old all night.
We're still down.
Right? We're still fun to be around.
We're still fun to be around.
We some old ass.
Cool. Old people.
Yeah, we old ass motherfuckers.
Nah, it's just y'all are my OGs, man. Like y'all ain't old. Like y'all are just my OGs. Like you feel me? I have respect for the people that are older than me.
Hey, from all of us old people, fuck oof. No, hell yeah, man. It's all good. Everybody tuned into YouTube. If you guys want to hear the music, what you do, head on over to repliconradio.com, where you can hear the music live right now. If you're listening to the replay, which is available on all streaming platforms, you can listen to it 15 different times. Go do that. We're going to bump some of that music. Mad love to Shade Hekka. Again, if you just tuned in for the interview, make sure you come back next week. We got Authority Zero on the show. And we'll be back after the break to talk a little more shit and hang out for a little bit. So head on over to repliconradio.com, listen to the music, and we will be back.
That's love.